The rise and the establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy proves this one element about our governments, not only in America, but pretty much worldwide. You are watching the showcast. Welcome back to the MrShowTym showcast. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, ushering in the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE in short. The coming in of DOGE just proves how the Daniel Penny and Luigi Mangione situations could have been easily avoided. Well, excuse me, not easily, but it could have been avoided. Because we live in a time where, the left, the woke radical liberals in certain states in America, such as New York, people have been talking about how woke New York is, and I think also California, or some would like to call it Comnifornia, okay? Because of how communist they are, thanks to Governor Gavin Newsom. Or some people say if he decides to run for president, that would be catastrophic. Because he's not a dumb individual. He's not a dumb fellow. No. They say he could prove to be, quite the bothersome government candidate if he were to rise to run for presidency. And us on the right, us Republicans, we should keep an eye on him. But we live in a time where, man, it's like the government has been engaging in some heinous foul activity. The FBI, Kash Patel, has been undergoing some scrutiny in the media. Matt Gaetz. Why are the mainstream media and the Agent Smiths so afraid of Trump's picks? Shouldn't they be congratulating and say, oh, he's a good pick and he's going to fix our establishment government? In a perfect world, that would be the case. But they don't want that. No, because these are, in the words of Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, these are guys you take on a quest. Over at Piers Morgan and Senton. That little soundbite, I like it. These are guys you pick if you want to go on a quest. Yeah, that's true. Kash Patel, these are not swamp creatures, okay? These are dragon slayers, okay? These are dragon slayers. They want to clean the swamp, okay? And that's why when Trump nominated Matt Gaetz to be, the next Attorney General, I've been hearing some talks about Matt Gaetz, and he seems legit. I don't know a lot about him, but he seems legit. Okay, I mean, a lot of people on the right, they've been championing him. They're like, yeah, Matt Gaetz, yeah, he's a bulldog. He's gonna, really roll up his arms, his sleeves, and he's really gonna dive elbow deep in fixing certain issues. And I believe it. I'm inclined to believe it. But of course, the swampy Agent Smiths, the swampy political establishment leaders, no, they don't want, the doom, that thingy, raid, that thing you spray to kill cockroaches. Yeah, it's like, when you turn on the lights and you spray raid or doom, it's like to kill the cockroaches, the road. Yeah, they don't want that. These are the establishment leaders that want to continue with their corruption. That's when, they nominated Matt Gaetz. They're like, oh, he's incompetent and whatnot, not. Nah, y'all are just afraid he's gonna fix things. In the words of Tom Homan, we fix this shit. Okay? I want to draw two comparisons here. There's two sides of the story. On one side, at face value, DOGE seems, like a breath of fresh air. Finally, we're gonna hold certain people accountable. Cash Patel coming in and he's gonna do some investigations and he's gonna hold certain people accountable. Gonna throw certain people who have been abusing their powers, and those who have been perpetrating the acts are trying to, do the opposite and throw heroes in Yale. Subpoenaing Rudy Giuliani, Trump's lawyers, and them being subpoenaed and charged for, the whole challenging of elections. Thank goodness all that just fell by the wayside. Where's Sidney Powell? I'll still like to hear from Sidney Powell. There's certain people that have, in 2020, in 2021, they just disappeared. Released the Kraken. Where was the Kraken? We never saw the Kraken. Hopefully this time we will. Maybe not from Sidney Powell herself, but maybe, from DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. I'd still like to see. We haven't heard from Sidney Powell ever since. I'd like to hear from her. What happened? Was she blackmailed and say, yeah, if you challenge the election, we'll throw you in Yale? Certain people who are obviously not guilty of crime have been charged and thrown in Yale, including the Proud Boys, with the whole January 6th insurrection, in air quotes. Those people deserve to be pardoned. We've just been seeing some crazy activities going on with the government that make people lose faith in the justice system, in the courts and whatnot. Courts have been acting foul. The government has been acting very foulish. Trump being charged with trumped up charges, no pun intended. I mean, there's just a lot of shenanigans that have been going on. It's like the opposite. The good heroes have been thrown in jail and the bad guys have just been allowed to just commit foul. The left calls Luigi Mangione a hero because he assassinated someone, an individual, Brian Thompson of the United Healthcare organization, the CEO, because people are not satisfied with the service delivery, which I understand. But doesn't this prove our point? Does this not prove our point? I'm not saying he should have assassinated him. Of course not. No. But the unsatisfaction of these big organizations, does that not prove our point that the government has been acting foul? Our establishment leaders are swamp creatures. The establishment is swampy. It stinks. Aren't you glad that Trump nominated Matt Gaetz? Aren't you glad that Cash Patel, someone who actually is going to be invested in investigating and prosecuting certain people who have been engaged in corruption, aren't you glad? Does this not prove our point? But the mainstream media, your Joy Reids, your Rachel Maddows, oh, here's so and so. He's not your Chank Yogurt. Okay, I call him Chank Yogurt because his surname. Okay, Chank Yogurt. I've been expounding these radical left-wing BS narratives. Aren't you glad? Does this not prove our point? Same goes for FEMA. I heard what happened in North Carolina. FEMA, okay? Kamala and slow Joe Biden and touchdown Timmy or tampon Timmy have been wasting money like very catastrophically. They spent about, no, not only did they spend, they owe 20 billion in debt because of all these expenditures, leading up to the elections. The Oprah Winfrey interviews, the Beyonce endorsements, the Call Her Daddy podcast. They paid a lot of these people more money than they should. And this ties into the de-dollarization agenda. This ties into the BRICS nations. Our political establishment, they've been trying to take down, America. And me being from a first world speaking country, I am in full alliance with America, the United States. Because we stand for freedom. We are democratic republic countries. I mean, come on. It's in our name. Republic of South Africa? Now, don't be caught up on the name because China calls itself the People's Republic of China, but yet they're very communistic, so fine. Names and labels only go so far. They don't, as a matter of fact, they don't mean much. But they should remind us of what we stand for. We are a republic. And I see a lot of these anti-American, anti-freedom, anti-Republican agendas going on. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been engaging in them. De-dollarization, these expenditures, these wasteful government expenditures that have been skyrocketing inflation. Which is why you're paying more for groceries. Hey? Black Friday sales are pretty much null and void at this point. They've been nullified. Black Friday sales, get 20% off, but it's still, you're still paying like a lot. You're still paying so much. You still can barely afford to make ends meet. Black Friday might as well be no Black Friday sales because inflation has become that bad. On top of that, throw in the whole illegal aliens fiasco that is going on. Shout out to Tom Homan. I heard from some people that we shouldn't be really excited about, the whole borders are mass deportation pursue. Because Nick Fuentes said that, borders are is not a real job. I'm not sure what he means by that. But it kind of like probes my mind. It kind of like makes me think. Because again, when something, I mean, we've experienced this before. When something is just like actually like expunged in our faces, like this savior thingy, like we're gonna do this and we're gonna save the day. It usually turns out to be somewhat fake. Myron said that, Vivek Ramaswamy is dreaming when he said that he wants to dismantle and disband the FBI. You see? And this is someone this is coming from the mouth of a former federal agent. Vivek Ramaswamy is not going to disband the FBI. Not going to. There's certain things that we can help, but there's certain things that it's like, nah, not really going to happen. Only in our dreams. So DOGE, Elon Musk has been, putting DOGE in our face. We're gonna make the government. We're gonna hold people accountable. We're gonna hold certain people accountable. We're gonna throw them in jail. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold my breath to it. Not really. I'm not holding my breath to it. Because these are the same people that I somewhat fear, I'm afraid, that they're going to usher in more agendas that are going to open Pandora's box to other problems, such as Trump's energy independent plan. You know the movie Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1? Yo, I watched it recently. And it's basically them trying to fight against this AI software called the Entity. And I said to myself, oh, there we go. 5G is coming. That's what we're up against next. In real life, we already have Chat GPT, Siri, Alexa, Google Voice Assistant, Gemini. Okay? These are things that are already happening in real life. And this is our next plight. And Elon Musk, he's a tech giant in the tech industry with SpaceX and Tesla, electric vehicles. Yeah, folks, it is coming. I said this before. The Agent Smiths, the Democrats, their ship has sunk. The Democratic Party, the actual party. I fear that certain Democrats have sort of jumped ship and they've latched themselves onto the Trump administration. And that's where they're going to continue their agendas under the Trump administration. How much did we really win? How much? We know Trump himself is somewhat controlled opposition because of his undying allegiance and loyalty to, Israel. AIPAC. I mean, he's sponsored by, Mossad, the Israel establishment leaders over there. But on the positive side, Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu is, they've hit him with an arrest warrant by the ICC, International Criminal Court. So if he so much as goes to certain countries, they're going to snag him. And that's good news. That's what you get for committing war crimes. That's what you get for inciting genocide on your own citizens and then getting America, throwing some sort of smoke screen to get America to do your dirty work, hence September 11th, right? To do your dirty work and so attacking your neighboring enemies, surrounding enemies in the Middle East, such as Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, the works, okay? At some point, the truth seeps out. But yeah. So on one side of the spectrum, yes, Department of Government Efficiency is coming in. But how effective and how real is it? How much will it work? How legit is it? Because on the flip side, again, when something is being thrown in our faces, like, oh, this is the savior horse. So forgive my whatever, if that's a description. This is the savior thingy plight, the saving plight. Usually turns out to be fake, and it's quite the anticlimax. This is why, folks, you need to remember that the Matrix has you. You need to follow the white rabbit by supporting these spaces, these voices. Because also, with the whole MSNBC being up for grabs, Elon Musk may purchase it. I hope he does. And he hires Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson to be, the pundits there. Now, that would be the red pill taking over the mainstream. We talked about how the red pill has gone mainstream and we've been exposed, we've been made. Oh, mayday, mayday. Now we get to have a chunk of the matrix and use it for the better. And you need to follow, and you need to don't fall for the psyops. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers. And Merry Christmas. My birthday.
Away.